Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Evan at Waybacks. We're coming with another Waybacks weekly showcase game. And this week is it's a titan among bugs, right? And I'm talking about Centipede. This came out in 1980. It was put out by Atari. Now, Centipede is pretty cool in the fact that up until this point, video games were like, I wouldn't say predominantly, I would say 100% dominated and made by men. And this lady by the name of Donna Bailey, she worked for GMC, and she thought that video games were the future. She was right. It's a big business, video games. But Donna quit her job at GMC and she moved to California, and she wanted to work for Atari programming video games. And so she got there, and there's this, brainstorming notebook. Everybody at Atari would put ideas in. She was flipping through it, and she's like, "That's the one." It was about a segmented bug, and she just thought that would appeal to everybody, not just women, but everybody in general. But Donna teamed up with another guy, and she wrote about 50% of the code, which was unheard of at the time. And the result was a really iconic game, right? And so Centipede, the game is not simple. The premise is simple, and the general idea, right, is you are trapped in an enchanted forest, and all you have is your trusty wand and your wits, your magic wand and your wits. And so the game's set up vertically. You have your guy, which is like the wand tip down at the bottom, and you can only move left, right, up, and down for about the bottom fifth of the screen. And the goal is to defeat all the bugs, make it to the next wave. Pretty simple, right? Where it gets complicated is your main enemy, of course, is the centipede. Centipede starts at the top, works his way down, and in the middle in the play fields, there are all these mushrooms. You can shoot the mushrooms and get them out of the way, or you can leave them as barriers. He'll come down, he'll hit a mushroom, drop down, hit a mushroom, drop down, hit the edge of the screen, drop down, whatever. And you're shooting at him with your wand. And if you hit him in the head, you're good to go. He just keeps going, but it'll spawn a new head. If you hit him anywhere other than the head, say you hit him in the middle, well, then this is now a centipede half, and then this half is a centipede. And by the end of it, you can have, oh man, I forget the number. I want to say like up to 10 centipedes can be on the screen at one time. And not only are you dealing with the centipedes, you're dealing with the spider. And the spider is super annoying. He pretty much stays at the bottom. It makes this annoying sound. And he's bouncing around only in the player area. And if you can kill him, you get bigger points. The closer he is to you, the more points you get. Or you can ignore him, but he's a pain in the butt. He doesn't go away for a long time, and then he comes right back. And besides the spider, you have what was programmed and meant to be ants, but they wound up, everybody called them fleas, and so Atari said, screw it, we'll just call them fleas. And it's a flea now. And the fleas, what they do is they drop down from the top, and as they're dropping, mushrooms pop up in their wake. And so it makes the playfield smaller, tighter, which makes the centipede get down further. They're pain in the butt. You can shoot them for big points. They closer they get, the points get higher if you hit them. And then, last but not least, is the scorpion. Now, scorpion's kind of cool. He didn't pop out often. If you hit him, you get pretty good points. But what he'll do is he'll come across, and any mushroom he touches on his way across, because he only comes across once and he's gone. He may come back later in the wave, but he just makes one pass across. But any mushroom he touches becomes a poison mushroom, And if the centipede hits a poison mushroom, instead of dropping down one and dropping down one, he hits poison mushroom. He's like, oh, and he goes all the way to the bottom. And then you're kind of screwed because he's right there with you. And then you got to dodge him and everybody else. But it's a simple premise, very complicated game, very high paced. The colors are awesome. They were trying to decide what colors they wanted to do, and Donna was sitting with one of the engineers, and they were going through the different color schemes, and they landed on like these pastel, colors, and she's like, "That's it, that's the one," and so like the backdrop is the stark black, and the mushrooms and the stuff they all change colors depending on what level you are. You got like this neon purple and this neon pink and this green is pretty trippy looking. It's pretty cool. And as far as looking cool goes, in my opinion, Centipede had the coolest looking side art any arcade, hands down. That just giant gnarly centipede, man, that was so cool. It's just iconic, screams 80s. Now it had a sequel, Millipede, and they really kind of dropped the ball, in my opinion, on the side art on Millipede. It went from this spooky, scary looking centipede to like this kind of kitschy kitty Millipede with this little Robin Hood looking guy with his bow. But Millipede is, I didn't like it when I was younger. It had too much going on, I thought. But I played it again here recently. And I gotta say, like Millipede, it's pretty on point, right? So it takes everything you like from Centipede and then cranks it up to 11. So you get more graphics, more enemies. Instead of shooting your one little straight laser wand line, you're actually shooting arrows, which is kind of cool. But yeah, they kept the fundamentals the same. Donna Bailey didn't come back for that one. The other engineer, I forget his name, that did Centipede with her, wrote the code for Millipede 100%. But anyway, one of Atari's icons, one of their staple franchises, has been remade and reported hundreds and hundreds of times. Pretty much any game system that you can think of, it's got a version of Centipede. Even to this day, they're still making centipedes. I think it's like Centipede in the Mushroom Kingdom or something. It's this giant friggin' 10-foot tall centipede, and I think it's like 4 players simultaneous. It's very cool. But anyway, you can come to Waybacks. You can try out the original Centipede here. And if you want to play Millipede, it is on our Arcade SD multi-game cabinet up in the corner by the Pac-Man. So let's go on the floor. Let's give Centipede a try. It's not my best game. I tend to, kind of piddle out around wave 3 or 4, but it's still a lot of fun. So let's go see what we can do. So many classics that we have here at Waybacks. It's crazy. Atari classics like Asteroids, Star Wars, Tempest, Big Doug, and our game of the day, of the week, Centipede. Now look at that super awesome artwork. I don't care what anybody says. My opinion, Centipede had the coolest, most iconic arcade artwork ever. And then you have the control panel, which, I mean, I guess it's very late 70s, early 80s. But I wish y'all could see the side art. The side art's awesome. But we got so many games in here. It's wedged in. You can see a little bit. Yeah, super cool game. Let's give it some play. All right, so super simple interface for Centipede. Player 1, player 2. You get a fire button, a trackball. That's all you need because this game is awesome. I mean, the best games are the simplest games. Easy to learn, hard to master. And so you see your magic wand, this annoying spider, the centipede, everything we talked about. Let's give it a shot. Personally, I like to kind of keep the bottom a little clear. As you can see the segments of the centipede grow. So you just got a creepy little head floating around. Awesome color changes. There's our fleet. Try to catch him. Get some good points for the fleet. Unless you do like me and let him run into you. There's spider. Hate the spider. Oh, ran out of bullets. That was sad. We'll do another one because that was too rough. Can't tell you how much I dislike the spider. You can do one button press per bolt if you want, or you can hold it for auto fire. I think most people hold it for auto fire. That's what I do. Okay, now I'm gun shy with the flea. Sometimes you can kind of corner the centipede. The last segment will get stupid fast, and then so low that you can't shoot him. So you just kind of avoid him. Extra segments will come out the longer you take. And I ran into the goofy spider. Yeah, here's spider. Spider's not my friend, y'all. Like, at all. Anyway, such an awesome game. I think I'm going to play a few more rounds because that's still kind of an embarrassing score. 58-77. Of course, high score for the day. 54, 547, 60. Like the shameful score that I just put on. But you should definitely come check out Centipede and Dig Dug and Tempest and Star Wars and Asteroids and so many awesome games here that you can't really get bored here. I mean, it is definitely worth a visit. If you haven't seen any of my other videos showcasing some of our other games like, Super Mario Brothers, you should definitely come give it a shot. But I may be partial. The classic row here at Waybacks is my favorite. It looks a little dark because I'm actually in here recording on a Saturday before we open because I've been extremely busy this week. Honestly, I didn't have time to record up until now. But hey, it's the last day of the week. Still counts, right? Anyway, guys, let me know what game y'all'd like to see next. Heck, if you'd like to see a pinball, we also have plenty of pinball that we can do. We have fighters, we have drivers, we have shooters, we have anything you can think of here. Rhythm games, console games. It's really a labor of love, this place, and we try to have a little something for everybody. So hopefully we got something for you. Anyway, guys, until next week, y'all take care. Later.
Do exactly what we talked about! Shoot each centipede from the head down! Do not hit him in the middle or he will split into two!